Hi, my name is Sylvia Ashbullard, and welcome to TVC 22's bi-weekly news show called the Rockland Bulletin. Over $9,000 was raised by the Clarence Rockland Concert for Hope, which was held on May 20th at Club Powers on Giroux Street. The money will be sent directly to Centraid, which will use it for flood relief in Clarence Rockland. About 500 residents were on hand to enjoy a delicious spaghetti dinner donated by Chez Le Boulanger, and then they danced the night away to the music of local musicians, including Fred Delorme, the group Swing, Gabriel Goulet, Robert Thérault, Northeastern, Martine Parizin, Damien Mays, the Lefties, Andy and Eric Michael Hawk, who was one of the main organizers of the event. During the evening, Mayor Guy Desjardins was presented with a symbolic tree adorned with the handprints of local children. The mayor promised the tree would be planted for all residents to enjoy and to commemorate the event. Thanks to the generous support from Canadians, the Red Cross will provide direct financial assistance totaling $4 million to households impacted by the flooding in Ontario and Quebec. Over half of the funds raised to date. Eligible registered households will receive $600 to help purchase what they urgently need during this very difficult time. This amount includes over $3 million for close to 1 million, approximately 1,600 households in Ontario and more than 5,200 households in Quebec. The distribution of direct financial assistance from the Red Cross is provided to households through electronic banking transfers. Future Red Cross recovery assistance will be provided based on the generosity of Canadians and the specific needs of the families most affected by the floods, and will be determined through one-on-one needs assessments with impacted families and individuals. In the weeks to come, the Red Cross will provide recovery assistance for the people most affected by this disaster based on their needs. The Artists Association of Clarence Rockland and their surrounding areas organized a fundraising for the flood victims of Clarence Rockland. A call is out for members and non-members artists' generosity, asking for a donation of artwork. The full price raised will go to Centraid Rockland for the help of the flood victims. The Salvation Army has made an arrangement with the City of Clarence Rockland to set up its thrift store donation bins. The bins will be set up at the city landfill and at 2335 Lalonde Road in Bourget. Mayor Guy Desjardins said that the agreement will help increase the lifespan of the landfill site and help the Sally Ann in its mission of helping the less fortunate. The bins will be available every Friday and Saturday for drop-off of new or gently used clothing, household items, and furniture. Homeowners affected by the recent flooding are being advised to examine their properties for pests as water levels recede. Extreme weather forced many types of pests out of their natural habitat, and some may have sought shelter and food in nearby properties. People can expect to see more activity as the pests seek shelter on higher grounds and forage for food in areas closer to humans, says Orkin Canada. Likely, there were many animals that drowned during the flooding. Carcasses and sewer overflow provide breeding grounds for filth flies that are a potential health hazard because they transmit pathogens such as Salmonella and E. coli. Stagnant water and wet or soggy soils provide breeding grounds for mosquitoes, fungus gnats, and midges. Homeowners in affected areas can expect to see more activity from rodents, rats and mice, raccoons, ants, especially carpenter ants, ground beetles, fungus gnats, midges, flies, mosquitoes, cockroaches. Concerned homeowners should check all crawl spaces, attic areas, basements, and storage sheds. Ensure all spoiled food is put in sealed containers and disposed of correctly. Make regular checks of water-damaged wood structures for carpenter ants. Remove standing water to eliminate mosquito breeding sites. Rake flower beds, gardens, or water soggy soils so they can aerate and dry to help prevent mosquitoes, midges, and fungus gnats from breeding. Police are warning that con artists may use the recent flooding to prey on flood victims. No incidents have been reported, but police say you should do careful research before contributing to any charity. Legitimate charities do not use high-pressure techniques or force you to make a contribution immediately. Look up any charity you are considering donating to in the Canada Revenue Agency database. The OPP says you should ask to see the identification of anyone who claims to be from your insurance company or a building inspector. Be sure to get references from anyone doing repairs to your property. Always ask for a written estimate and never sign a contract if you feel pressured. Finally, if a salesperson comes to your door, ask for a photo ID and get his name. Don't share any personal information, and on any contract, make sure the name of the company matches the one of the salesperson and their business card. Don't rely on a salesperson's opinion on whether your water heater or filtration system has to be replaced. And remember, the utility companies, municipalities, and government agencies don't send salespeople door to door. After the excessive rain of the past few weeks, you might be wondering what type of weather is in store for us this summer. It's not expected to be as hot or as dry as last summer. However, humidity might be more of an issue. Much like this spring, we have the potential to alternate between extended periods of both above seasonal and below seasonal temperatures. While cooler temperatures will be more dominant in northern Ontario, our part of eastern Ontario should balance out near normal. And unlike the spring, rainfall is expected to be near normal across our region. The Ontario Provincial Police are urging extreme caution as people prepare to get their boats on the water for the first time this season. Chris Hawkins, commander of the OPP's East Region, says high water levels, usually fast currents and submerged debris, pose a danger. The recent flooding has washed a wide variety of material into rivers and lakes, and in some cases, rocks, which are normally visible, could be just below the surface. A collision with these hazards could cause serious damage to boats and potentially serious injuries to those on board. Hawkins added that if you are traveling in areas still experiencing high water levels, please be aware of the damage that can be caused by excessive wake. The OPP also reminds you that drinking and boating definitely don't mix. OPP asked residents in the village of Wendover to be extra aware of their surroundings after hearing reports of a black bear being spotted on Route 25 near 9 Mile Road. Although the bear appeared to be roaming around and was not in danger of harming anyone, the OPP wanted to remind residents that extreme caution should be taken if a black bear is spotted. Constable Jason Chenier says residents can help minimize the risk on an encounter by removing or controlling access to things that attract hungry bears, like bird and pet food and garbage, as well as grease and food residue on barbecues. Anyone who spots a black bear entering populated areas such as schoolyards, residences, or farm areas are asked to immediately call 911. If the bear is roaming through garbage cans, climbing a tree, or moving through rural property without lingering, residents should call the non-emergency Bear Wise reporting line. For additional tips on how to reduce the risk of attracting black bears in populated areas, you may visit bearwise.com as well. And now, Business Talk with Andrea Delorme.
Hi, welcome to Business Talk. I'm Andrea Delorme from the Clarence Rockland Chamber of Commerce. Let me introduce you to Oil Changers.
I'm Luc Potvin from Orleans, originally Orleans, always lived in Orleans, and I also have a my education was done in Orleans and also at the College of Algonquin College in Business.
What is Oil Changers?
Oil Changers is a franchise that actually started in Ottawa. The actual developer and creator of Oil Changers is Dan Marin, that started by buying one store that used to be Factory Lube at the time, and then decided to make some changes after a year having one oil change, to change it to the name of Oil Changers. Then after that decided to franchise the product and started with some location. Well, the first one, actually, first franchise owner was Kingston, then Barrie, Ontario, and then it grew up to be, now we're at 31 location throughout Ontario.
So it's a Canadian Ontario franchise.
Yes, totally Canadian Ontario franchise company that also is supported by Petro-Canada.
Where did you get the idea to open an oil changer?
It happened. It was a funny way that it worked out. Is that All Changers opened a franchise in Orleans. At the time, it was owned by the actual head office, and I went for service and loved the service. I'm a car guy. I love cars. I love motorcycles. Anything that has a motor. And when I saw this concept, I said, wow, this is a nice concept. I love it. No pressure sale. It's fast, quick, in and out. And then I just decided to say, listen, I was working for a big international company prior to this. I was a managing director for that company in the past. And then I just decided, I said, it's time for me to make a move. And then went into meet with Mr. Marion, talked about the franchise. We clicked each other, and he decided that I was the new owner of the Orleans location. And then after 7 years, I decided to open one in Rockland, and now we have 2 locations, Orleans and Rockland.
What services can we have here at Oil Changers?
Oil Changers is based to do what our specialties is to do oil change. That's our main brand. We offer all different type of oils that comes with the service. Our main brand is Petro-Canada, but any vehicle that comes in that requires Castrol or synthetic AMS oil, whatever oil that the customer prefer to his vehicle, we have it in stock. And then plus, this is our main thing. Then we also offer the emission test. We're a facility of Drive Clean. Actually, one of the first franchise in Ontario to have all our franchise to be Drive Clean facilities. So some of them have heavy duty, some of them don't. They just have light duty emission tests. Then we also offer tire rotations, and this has just started a few years now. We're all on board. We do people come in with tires on rims. They come in and we do their rotation for the spring and winter for the winter, and also we do light bulbs. We carry Bosch product in wipers that are actually a very good product for wipers. They have an excellent warranty. So basically, this is what we offer in mainly our service so oil change, tire rotation, emission test, light bulbs, air filters, cabin filters, anything that's fast, quick, that can be changed, and you're gone in 10 minutes.
And is it for all types of vehicles?
Any type of vehicles that we can carry, we offer the service. Whatever, if you're having a BMW or you have a Mercedes-Benz. We also do Winnebagos. We even do in Rockland, because the facility is built considering to do just not cars. We do trucks. We do 5 tons. We do any type of vehicles for customers and businesses that wants to don't have to lose their vehicle or their truck for part of the day. They come in at their time, the dead time of the day for them. They come in so they don't lose any time. They get the service done on their vehicle and their truck, and they leave and they keep going their day, and they make money.
Why did you choose for your second location here in Rockland?
Well, actually, when I started in Orleans, we started to have customers coming from Rockland, stopping by, and the comments was saying, you should open one in Rockland. You should open one in Rockland. And then we start focusing on this, and then the years were going by, I was getting more and more customers from Rockland coming to the Orleans location. And then I was looking at the environment, and because I'm the last Rockland, an Oil Changers franchise, is the only one for the eastern part of Ontario. Rockland is the last one till the border of Quebec. So, and looking at the Rockland area, it's a beautiful community. People are very nice, sweet. We have a very good, I would say, a very good dynamics with the actual community, and the people love the service we offer because the car in and out in 8-9 minutes, depending on the vehicle. For sure, if it's a Mercedes, a BM, it's a bit longer, but the average car, we do it in about 6-7 minutes. It's done, car in and out. We have, a group of, it's not only one guy working on your vehicle. We have 3 guys at the same time. One is working under the car to do the oil change, to empty the oil. On top, he's working on top of your air motor. And then we have one that does the courtesies, that's washing windows, checking your tires, checking your lights, checking your wipers. And you're in and out, no pressure sale. And this is why, that's one of my biggest thing that when I went to the actual oil change franchise is we don't pressure sale. We show the customer, we show you the new filter, the old filter. You like it, it's good. If you still don't want to keep your old, it's good. We don't argue. It's just, you're the boss of your car. You know what you want. We just show you, you decide. And by doing this, people love that kind of service, that kind of approach, and they come back.
What is your address here in Rockland?
We're actually at 2770 Chamberlain, Unit 1. It's actually in the Rockland Plaza. We're beside St. Hubert Barbecue and Mark's Warehouse, where the TSC is and everybody else on the Rockland Plaza. So we're very well situated for people coming in from Ottawa, going towards Lefebvre or Plantagenet, or same way coming from Plantagenet, coming to the area of Rockland to do some shopping. We're right in the middle of everything, so it's easy access. You're in and out, no appointment, and no fuss, I would say that, no really worries about it. You come in and you leave with a smile.
How can we reach you?
We are actually opened 7 days a week. In the morning, we open at 8 o'clock. During Monday to Friday, we're open 8 till 7. We also, Saturday, we're open from 8 till 4. And then Sunday, we're open from 10 to 2. Sometimes there is changes in our hours. It's always good to look at oilchangers.ca. Go Rockland location, and it gives you the exact hours we're open. But mainly, this is what we're open 7 days a week to give the service to our customers at all time for them without any waiting and nothing to lose time for their own personal life.
I saw that you have pictures of dogs. What do you offer for them?
Yes, that's one thing that it's quite nice that we approach. When I decided to design this location, I had a spare area, and I love dogs. I'm a dog lover, and one day I was in Florida, and I saw a dog wash, and I said, "What? It is a dog wash." So I start investigating, and it's actually, we can maybe go down later on and see what it looks like. But anyway, I saw this simple. I said, this is nice. It's especially you have a big dog, and instead of putting your knees on the floor and trying to wash your dog in the bathtub because it's too much of a pain and dirty the tub and dirty everything else. Well, I decided to add a pet wash service in my facility, so this way people can come in with their dog. They come in, they have the facility, they have a nice place to wash. It works a bit basically like a coin wash that you wash your car. Basically, that's what it is. And you just come in, put the dog, tie the dog, put your quarters in, or dollar, or loonie, or two loonies, and then soap. You wash, and by the way, at this time of year, you know, we always have some dogs that they go see nice little skunk, and they come in with a very bad odor. Well, don't worry, you can come here, bring the dog in, and we have anti-skunk odor free. So you spray on it, and you let it soak, you wash it, and it's actually working pretty good because some customers came in and they were quite satisfied after they leave with their dog all nicely and smelling good. And even the dog was happy too.
Well, thank you very much, Luc, for your time, and we'll be for sure coming by for an oil change.
No problem. And bring your dog.
Thank you, Andrea. Employers will continue to be required to ensure pension funds are appropriately funded and to pay into a reserve to protect benefits for workers and retirees. In addition, employers will also be required to make additional contributions should the plan's funded status fall below a certain level. Employers will have greater flexibility in managing their pension contribution, allowing them to plan for their pension costs more easily. There will be no impact on the pensions that retirees now receive as a result of these changes. Along with new funding requirements, additional measures will protect benefit security for plan members and retirees. The monthly guarantee provided by the Pension Benefits Guarantee Fund will be increased by 50% from $1,000 a month to $1,500 a month. The government intends to introduce legislation in the fall to enable these changes and will be consulting on the details of new regulations. And now, health and wellness with Stephanie.
Hi, and welcome to this new segment called My Health and My Wellness. My name is Stephanie, and I'm here at the Eastern Ontario Health Unit, where I will be talking with Dr. Paul about issues that concern you, the populations. So follow me to help us understand more issues concerning health and wellness. So thank you very much, Dr. Paul, for having us. Today we're having a hell of a subject. It's going to be sports drink, energy drink, and caffeine. Good or bad?
Well, in general, anything in moderation is okay, but we need to look at who's taking what and what are you taking, right? So let's talk about it. In general, soft drinks included are sugary drinks. So all these things contain sugar. So in the face of obesity that we're seeing today, you should limit your sugar consumption. That's one thing. So let's separate them now. So let's talk about sports drinks. Sports drinks really are sugary drinks with a lot of salt and electrolytes that are really designed for an athlete who does a lot of cutting edge athletics, Olympic athlete who really depletes himself or herself after and takes it to replenish it. And that's fine. What's happening is now we're seeing it given to kids, given to everybody for nothing. And the American Academy of Pediatrics recommends that outside of those exercise, it should not be given to kids or adults because you give excess calories for nothing. So sports drinks are only limited to the very high impact sporting athletes, right? Number two, caffeine. Caffeine itself. Okay, caffeine is found in many forms. Caffeine is a stimulant medication. It's like a part of the amphetamine, like speed, amphetamine, and so on. It's part of that group. So it basically stimulates you. So what it does, if you take any caffeine product or any similar product, it actually increases your heart rate, makes you more awake, makes you more alert, makes you more nervous, makes you more anxious. Can give you diarrhea if you take a lot of it, and so on. And in developing brains, it may cause sleeplessness in kids, behavior problems, and perhaps even a brain not developing properly in very young kids. So that's why we pay attention to how much caffeine one is taking. Caffeine can be found in many drinks, obviously, in coffee, in tea. But now we're looking at this sort of new fad of these energy drinks. So there's these energy drinks that are being sold in the market that A, have a lot of sugar in them, and B, are touted as making you more, to party and to be more awake, and a lot of students are taking it. And it contains a lot of caffeine, probably more caffeine than one drink that you can drink in a day. So imagine in kids what that is. So we do not recommend energy drinks to kids because of the caffeine effects. And again, too much caffeine can cause all these things, sleeplessness and so on, tiredness and all these other side effects. So that's the most important thing that we do. The other thing that I've seen is that a lot of the things on the market have, if you look at the ingredients, it says caffeine and then guarana. So guarana is a plant that's like caffeine. So it's like almost double dose caffeine. So although it may have low caffeine, the thing has a lot of guarana in it. So you're taking double the caffeine effect. So be careful what you're giving your child. We don't recommend any of these high energy drinks to kids. We really don't. There's no place for them in those kids. And really, there are probably few exceptions as to when you would need them. Maybe you're working, maybe you're studying for an exam or whatever, but you shouldn't be doing it chronically or habitually because you're irritated a lot. It might cause sleep disorders, and in the future you won't be able to sleep well, you'll be agitated, you won't do well on your exam. You know, that type of thing. So to me, it's a very important part of the equation of looking at it. Now, when you're looking at other problems with caffeine, it's unlike a toxic medication or anything like that, but it does cause behavioral issues, and again, it's in moderation. And so you need to be looking at the caffeine levels, of the equivalence of what they are, because again, the caffeine itself can cause problems. And if you go to young kids, it's important the kids get enough sleep. It's important that kids, are not restless, because that is important for them to learn. So you're actually not doing any favors to kids by giving them caffeine. Again, in older kids, a small sip of coffee here and there is not an issue. But these energy drinks are very, very, are not recommended. The other thing that I want to talk about, which is kind of like, I don't understand why they sell them, and I think they're going to make them illegal at some point. They have energy drinks that have alcohol in them. So it's alcohol with caffeine in it. So here you are, you've got alcohol, which is a depressant, which makes you more tired, makes you sleepy. Then you have caffeine. So I think the theory is that the caffeine will make you more alert, so you can drink more alcohol, which is, it doesn't make sense. So the other problem that we see with caffeine and those type of drinks is that if you drink a lot of them, you pee a lot, you tend to pee, and you get dehydrated as well. And when you're dehydrated, your body aches. So combine that with being restless, not sleeping well, you don't feel well. You're not going to do well at school. You're not going to, you're going to be irritable. You get into fights and so on with a lot of people. So bottom line is, obviously, in young kids, if you're not an adult, stay away from it as much as you can. That's really the advice that we give, and this is the advice that's been supported by American Academy of Pediatrics, Canadian Pediatric Society, all these authorities that look at the effects.
Perfect. Well, thank you very much for this insightful information, and see you next time.
Thank you, Stephanie. Also in health news, we're entering Lyme season. The hunt is on for ticks that might be carrying Lyme disease. Health officials across most of the province have begun monitoring and testing ticks that could carry Lyme disease. The culprits are called blackleg ticks, and they hide in tall grass and brush and can latch onto exposed skin. Dr. Williams says for those who are infected, the sooner you get treated, the less severe the symptoms will be.